Oh my god, she's so cute! A little sleep deprived, sure, kinda like I am right now, but this has me hella excited. From what I've heard online so far from our viewers and by perusing the various forms of social media, mostly Twitter, I'm a bit of a twit whore. Follow me at STIX, shameless plug. The game did not launch as a pay-to-win title. The game actually turned out balanced, entertaining, highly active, and has a very friendly community. Or at least that's what I've been told. Let's test that out for ourselves then, shall we? So as of this video going live, MapleStory 2 currently has 9 separate classes. Knight, the class that nobody will ever play because it's the tank of the game, and you know as well as I do that nobody ever plays tanks in games, so dungeon queues, yeah, have fun with those. Wizard, the best class because they have control over the elements. I mean, have you ever walked through a desert and run out of water? How about been too lazy to light the fire to cook dinner? Yeah, that's why you always make sure to bring along a wizard. Archer. Thief, the class that online predators play. Nothing says, I'm gonna stealth into your bedroom at night and steal your panties like a thief. Berserker, for those of you that want to smash your head into the keyboard and grunt at your screen while you roll it back and forth. So, Wiggy, in essence. Priest, the only useful healer in the game, cause without heals, yeah, you dead, brah. Heavy Gunner, named as such because Gunner sounded too overly simplistic. Assassin, formerly known as Stabby McStabbikin, stabs you in the back. Creeps around in the shadows, you know, kind of like that stalker you know you have but you can't prove. And finally, Runeblade, because we needed a generic magic swordsman. Yeah, that's literally its only purpose. Naturally, I went mage. They're always super powerful, and honestly, I like dressing up in robes and cute hats. By the end of character creation, which was admittedly much better than I'd anticipated, I decided on this threatening looking fellow. Look at that hair, that scar, that collared shirt. If I saw someone that looked like that in the street, I'd be terrified. Oh god, why is jump bound to the letter C? I need to change this. Fucking goddamn, let me fucking click controls. Okay, jump is C, cool. Yeah, okay, sure. So each class has their own beginning tailored to the class they choose. No class will share their story with any other class other than their own. I happen to choose mage, but was ultimately treated like a janitor. The head wizard forced me to clean up after the students because I was a little tardy. Sweep the floor, pick up the books and place them back where they belong. Kill the slimes. Then this bitch-ass class president comes in and wants to beat me up out of nowhere. Like, she just struts in, flicks her hair, and threatens to just beat the shit out of me. Just dirtying everything I took the time to clean all over again. I mean, are you serious? This is quite possibly the most aggressive woman I've ever met, and I am married to a nurse that derives pleasure out of using restraints. Please just tell me that someone here is going to stop her and help me out. Huh. Okay, fuck you guys, I quit. When these are the adventurers entrusted with the land's future, yeah, you know we're all fucked. Now I'm going to sum the entire next 15 minutes of the game up in this scene. There was an ambush. The guards were useless. They want us to act as decoys. We have this guy in the back here seizing up on the floor. This guy over here to his left doing warm-ups? I have no idea why, but whatever. This guard over here staring at me, letting out a little silent, help me, with a blank, expressionless look on his face. After a brief battle, this succubus forces me onto my knees. That dude continues to do warm-ups. He's still seizing over there. The evil succubus summons a giant dragon to eat me, and he's still over there doing warm-ups. That dude is a fucking boss. He has no fear. Naturally, I emerge victorious from that encounter and am greeted by the warm, loving embrace. What the fuck? Why is that kid hovering over me? Dude, boundaries. I proceeded to fight this dude afterwards, absolutely kicked his ass, naturally, but then he cheated and beat me up in a cutscene, resulting in me being injured again. Man, I call hacks. After all this, I was actually rather pleased to see a skill system that will allow you to generally customize your character how you like. There's nothing I dislike more in an MMO than limitations on how I get to mold my character, so being given the opportunity to craft him into the kind of mage I want is reassuring. Early level mage though is very fun. I can already foresee grinding isn't really going to be much of an issue when I hit as hard as I do and take as little damage as I take. I have astonishingly powerful AoEs and my skill effects just look amazing. I could see now why people are claiming that the game is so visually appealing. There's also a housing system in game, although a low level nublet like myself isn't really able to afford to really delve into it. From what I could tell though, you can place down objects like bathtubs and TVs, change various things like the carpet and wallpapers, and overall it looks like it'll be a fun little side activity to participate in, or waste time in. either or. I did notice that Nexon are doing a poor job of handling all the bots in game though. The chat is spammed by gold bots every other second, making it, I guess, a little difficult to actually chat with other players. But this does come as no surprise to me, as the original MapleStory, which I played quite extensively, was equally as plagued with gold selling bots. Don't let that deter you though, I mean, they're easily blockable. Oh god, I broke into a child slavery ring. While that is a very important topic to discuss, and I don't really want to detract attention from the child slavery thing, I just want to point out that I can pick up barrels and throw them at people. That shit is legit. There we go. We saved that poor kid. Now I can happily leave knowing in good conscience that the child is safe. One thing I don't believe I can live without in this game is my teleport skill. As a mage, it is very, very useful to me to... Yeah, you didn't see that. Now, if you recall my old Guild Wars 2 videos and streams, I was quite a pro at jumping puzzles. I plan on therefore putting that to extensive use here. And another thing of note, MapleStory 2 allows players to fly. There is actual flight in the game. I mean, sure, you can't fly like in World of Warcraft or Revelation Online, but you can utilize flight to reach places you couldn't otherwise, or to just, you know, get up to higher places or higher areas if you're too lazy to climb a ladder. Like this. Oh god, what did I walk in on? Can I not? Please? I've had plenty of drama for today, thank you. Oh, I found a fan in the guild I decided to join. That's so cute. Props to you too, Kazuto. Wait, Kazuto, like Kazuto Kirigaya? Oh man, double props to you, bro. I love sword art as well. Now, why couldn't I be this class? I'm a little jealous here because I feel like I'm essentially Ken from Street Fighter throwing out Hadokens everywhere. Poor Ether Knight. He's also a fan, but was under the impression we were a company due to our videos and articles being so professionally done and concise. Oh, little does he know. After a couple hours of playing, I made it into my very first dungeon. I was so excited. I was absolutely ecstatic because I had yet to actually participate in a dungeon or any kind of group content. I had the option of tackling the dungeon solo or instead opting to wait for a party to be formed. I wanted to see what group content in the game was actually like, so I decided to wait, which, much to my surprise, the queue was actually under a minute long and I got matched up with 3 other players around my level. We had, I guess, you could say a modicum of difficulty with the dungeon, but generally, we self-healed through it with potions. The bosses weren't really difficult at this point in the game, but they did require you to take note of how to combat the various mechanics. For instance, the slime boss I went up against split itself into smaller versions of himself upon reaching a certain percentage of HP, and the tree boss just kept fucking shooting different kinds of AoEs at us. I am hoping that future bosses are more difficult and utilize various mechanics I haven't come across before though. Then I had to go help another kid. Those child slavery folk from earlier are here for her too. Oh, website fell off, sorry. Down here, guys. Now, if I separate them and tackle them one by one. Oh my god, I am so sorry, Eve. I just destroyed your house but I mean, like, let's look at the bright side here. At least you're safe, right? Oh, your house just magically put itself back together. That's cool, I guess. Weird, sure, but cool. After saving her from slavery and leaving knowing in good conscience once again that another child was safe due to my actions, I was forced into another dungeon. This fight was much more difficult as the boss hit significantly harder and spawned additional adds to assist him, which forced the healer to heal more, which thankfully we had a healer for because the healer actually had to come over and heal me to keep me alive because I was a bit of an idiot and I didn't stand with the rest of the team, which was something I soon remedied. Then we finished the dungeon and all was right again in the world. Shortly after that dungeon, I got into a fight and got sent to the local hospital where... What the fuck? Why is he staring at me again? Where does this dude keep coming from and how does he keep finding me? Is he my emergency contact? I'm not okay with this. Okay, so I want to go ahead and end this video with this. The final part of the quest I was on had me in essence deploy and pilot a motherfucking giant mech. The skills I had access to and the damage I did was absolutely ridiculous. The controls were so much fun, the entire scenario itself was so much fun that I didn't want it to end. That was by far the highlight of my entire first day. I'm guessing that there is additional content like that in the game, but holy shit, I had a ton of fun fucking that town up with it. I mean, saving that town with it. But all of that aside, I made it to around level 21, I believe, by the time my first day had ended. I was surprised to see that the game was very, very alive, with dungeon queues being under a minute long, players in every map of the world, and the chat being flooded with people conversing, and bots as well. Ultimately, the combat was highly enjoyable. The game had very stunning special effects, and the world itself is quite aesthetically pleasing. The NPCs could use some work in cutscenes though, as there is a noticeable disconnect due to the difference in texture quality, but it didn't really detract from the scene overall. The only issue I had with the game was the immense amount of loading screens. It seemed as though every area had a loading screen within like 10 seconds run of the last one you went through, kind of preventing me, I guess, from fully immersing myself in the area I was actually in. Now, would I recommend MapleStory 2 to a friend? Definitely. It's probably the best release of 2018 if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Do be cautious though going into the future, as Nexon has a nasty habit of making their games pay to win, and while I'm happy to say that the game is not pay to win right now, that does not mean that it won't become pay to win somewhere down the line. Anyway guys, that is it for me. I had an absolute blast playing MapleStory 2. Hopefully you guys are having equal amounts of fun playing, and hopefully you guys enjoyed watching the video. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing to my channel over here, checking out another video, or following me on Twitter at STIX to just chat or hang out.